Yes. I can do that. How about Eric shuts the door? What do you think? That'd be great.
A lot of things will be good.
All right.
New guy.
New guy. That's good. All right. I'd like to reconvene the town council meeting at 7:03. The next item is the pledge. Please stand if you can and join me in the pledge.
Ooh, turn this way.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oops. I should probably do attendance. All council members are here with the exception of Mayor Rivero. He is at a family function tonight. So with that, we can continue. The next item, public comment. No action will be taken on these items. Public comment is an opportunity for town residents and other interested individuals to speak about items that are not on the agenda. The public this comment period is limited to 30 minutes total time, with each individual allowed a maximum of 3 minutes to speak. You must sign up ahead of time in order to comment, and that sign up begins 30 minutes prior to the start of the meeting. The council will accommodate as many speakers as possible during this time. It might be tough to get everybody in the first session. But if there is a need, we have additional time after the body of the agenda. Is there anybody here for public comment? Seeing none, we'll close public comment at 7:04. The next item is reports, items, and comments from mayor and council. Councilmember Hendricks.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Attended a Parker Senior Center board meeting as part of my liaison duties a couple weeks ago. And then several of us attended a police officer swearing in last week. And that is it.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, Councilmember Wilkes.
Yeah, so lots to update since it's been a minute. In December, myself, along with Councilmember Dyak and Mayor Rivero, were the guest judges for the Legend AP Government Finals presentation. So that was very cool to see these high schoolers get involved and wanting to learn more about their government and some of their answers to the questions. I had to even go look up. I was like, wow, I did not know that. So that was impressive. We had the groundbreaking ceremony for the Parker Advent Health Hospital expansion with Mayor Rivero and Councilmember Barrington and myself, along with Chief Serapis, and we got to break the ground there. So I'm excited about that expansion. I think they said they're putting like 200 more beds in that expansion, so that'll be good and good to fill for our community, so that was wonderful. I also attended the police swearing-in ceremony, and then myself, along with Mayor Rivero, did a ribbon cutting for a new coffee shop here in Parker called Scooter's Coffee as part of my liaison duties for the chamber as well as a supporter. It's nice to go and welcome the new businesses to our community and thank them for choosing Parker to open in, so I'm excited to go try out their hot cocoa there since I don't drink coffee, but overall it was really good.
Great. Councilmember Barrington, are you ready at this time?
Sorry, I had to look at my notes.
No worries at all. Absolutely.
But I really don't have a lot different. The 7th, I attended the groundbreaking. Oh, the 10th, I guess we spent our day interviewing
Yes.
new potential council members. Came to a very good choice, I think. And then I was out of town last week, so I don't have anything to report for last week. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. On the 14th, I attended with Mayor Rivero, the Douglas County Commissioner swearing in. Commissioner Teal and Commissioner Van Winkle were sworn in. Good to see a host of other elected officials within Douglas County at that event. Good to talk and catch up. On the 15th, I had a DRCOG board meeting. There was with the state legislature in session. The focus is a review of the bills. It's just starting, so we had a few bills to kind of consider, discuss. We also had some informational briefings on Crash Data Consortium update, as well as just awareness on Winter Bike to Work Day, which is February 14th, Valentine's Day. The 16th, E470, I had a board meeting. We covered Sable Boulevard interchange. E470's buying some materials in advance of a construction project. We approved an engineering contract amendment for a consulting firm called SEH. And then we had board officer elections. So I have been chair for the last 3 years at E470. Usually it's a 2-year term. I was held over to transition in a new executive director. So I gave up the gavel to Councilmember Francoise Bergen from Aurora. She's going to do a great job. They asked me to backfill and become vice chair, so I will do so. And secretary and treasurer, which is Councilmember Jan Pulowski from Brighton. We were all on the executive committee. I just sort of slid back into the vice chair, and Francoise became chair. So again, she'll do a fantastic job. And as Councilmember Barrington indicated, throughout the holiday season, we, due to Mayor Rivero stepping up from Councilmember Rivero to Mayor Rivero, we had a vacancy. So council had a number of meetings to discuss process, to discuss candidates, to interview, and to deliberate. And we came upon this next individual who's sitting to the left of me. We appointed, I think on the, what was it, the 13th. Okay, you have that blazoned in your mind.
It's there.
Okay, Eric Franzen. So, Councilmember Eric Franzen, thank you for stepping up. We appreciate it, and it's your turn to give us any updates if you have any.
Thank you. So, yeah, January 13th, swearing in.
Yeah.
And then, I attended on the 14th, the officer swearing in, and that's all I have to report for last week so far.
All right. Thank you very much, Councilmember Hefton.
Yeah, and so, yeah, we were, just to add on to Councilmember Diak, Mayor Pro Tem, we were quite busy during the holidays, during the end of the year, right after Christmas and Hanukkah. Also, after the new year, trying to figure out the appointment process for our new council member, Eric Franzen. So we spent a lot of time doing that. And I'm delighted that we have Eric here, and I know my fellow council members are as well. I did have lunch with the Parker Chamber and local business owner as a invitee of TJ Sullivan. What they're trying to do is meet with local businesses in Parker and have a roundtable with the businesses and exchange ideas. So that went really well. And then I did have an outside local board meeting with the Parker Faith Council, who is really interested in trying to partner with the town on emergency management issues and learn about the town. And then just really busy enjoying our wonderful Parker Rec during this season.
All right. Thank you very much. The next item is consent agenda. Consent agenda items are considered to be routine and will be enacted by one motion and vote. There is no separate discussion of consent agenda items unless council votes to remove an item for individual discussion. Ordinances on the consent agenda are for introduction only and will not be removed for discussion. So again, I'm happy to entertain removal of an item or concurrence of the consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you.
Second.
All right, so we have a motion by Councilmember Hendricks, a second by Councilmember Hefta. Councilmember Hendricks.
Yes.
Councilmember Barrington.
Yes.
Councilmember Wilkes.
Aye.
Councilmember Diak is yes. Councilmember Franzen.
Aye.
Councilmember Hefta.
Yes.
All right, so we have a 6-0 vote. Thank you very much. Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is the town manager report. Town manager, any words of wisdom on this winter 2025 town manager report?
No, that is just that the quarterly town manager report has been issued
And where can people find that town manager report?
on the website and social media.
All right, thank you very much. The next item, ordinances. Ordinance number 9.382 on second reading, a bill for an ordinance to approve the intergovernmental agreement by and between the town of Parker, Colorado and the Stonegate Village Metropolitan District regarding median improvements on Jordan Road between Stonegate Parkway and Prairie Land Lane. Mr. Burke?
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and Council.
What are you doing?
This ordinance is, as you mentioned, for the intergovernmental agreement between the town and Stonegate Village Metropolitan District. This is related to the Lincoln Avenue and Jordan Road widening project. So a little bit of a background on the project. The town has been preparing to widen Lincoln Avenue between Keystone Boulevard and Parker Road for at least the past 2 decades. It's an important component to Parker's long-term roadway transportation plan to alleviate some congestion within and around the town. During the design of the project, it was determined that we would require some right-of-way and easements from the Stonegate Village Metro District. We had some initial discussions with the district. They kind of threw out that they were interested in receiving some updated landscaping along a median that they currently maintain and would be open to entering into an IGA to swap those median improvements for the needed right-of-way and easements. That median is on Jordan Road from Stonegate Parkway, Clark Farms Drive to Prairieland Drive. So once we had those initial discussions, we went to a landscape architect, had them complete a conceptual design for what those median improvements would look like, and a conceptual cost estimate. We compared that cost estimate to what we were thinking right-of-way and easement cost would have been, and took that back to the district. They were agreeable to it, and so that's kind of how we got here today. So some details of that IGA. So the Metro District will convey the right-of-way and easements necessary for the construction of the Lincoln Avenue and Jordan Road widening project. That comes out to about 0.3 acres of deeded right-of-way, about 0.9 acres that will be permanent easement, and then we have about 2.2 acres of temporary construction easement. In return, the town will be responsible for the design and the construction of median improvements on Jordan Road from Stonegate Parkway to Prairieland Drive. At the conclusion of that construction, the district will still be responsible for the maintenance of that median. So we estimated, our consultant estimated that the construction costs for those median improvements would be about $300,000, which is equal to what we were projecting right-of-way and easement costs to be, which is why they found it kind of in their best interest to get this median improvements that would be a little easier to maintain for them, a little lower water use for them, just a better product than what's there now. This slide just shows the concept landscape plan. This is really modeled after the medians that are on Cottonwood Drive. So the updated median on Jordan Road will look pretty similar to what you see out on Cottonwood Drive today. So an ordinance is required to approve this IGA. The Stonegate Board did approve it this past Wednesday. And staff recommends Town Council approve ordinance 9.382 on second reading.
Awesome. Thank you very much for the presentation. Councilmember Hefta, any questions?
It looks like it's a pretty good exchange, negotiated exchange between the two parties. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so we thought it was going to be pretty close when they kind of threw out the idea. We had our right-of-way consultant put together we didn't do appraisals on their property, but they put together a letter with a range of value, square foot range. It came out to anywhere from about 250 to I think 400,000 was kind of the range. So then we got that conceptual estimate for construction costs that came in at 300,000. We presented both of those to the district, and they agreed that it was a good exchange. It'll cut down their long-term maintenance costs, kind of keep workers out of the median for the most part. There'll be pretty limited maintenance required.
Thank you.
Councilmember Franzen?
No questions.
All right. Councilmember Wilkes?
Yeah, just a few. So we're looking at about 1.4 acres total, about what it comes out to roughly. So my question on that, you said they're doing low water use. I love that, as you guys know. But one of the things I noticed about the drawings is there's a bunch of trees. And so two tied in questions to that. One, with our wonderful deer population that we have here, is there a way that the town can request that they are non-fruiting trees so our deer don't cross into the median to eat the fruit off the trees and get hit by the cars? Is my first one. And then the second one, trees with heavy root invasion. I want to make sure that moving forward, we've got a lot of sewer lines that run under there, and we don't want to keep repairing these roads. So just the 2 requests of trees that have low root invasion and then non-fruiting trees, please.
Understood, and that's something we can take into account once we get into the design. This was a conceptual estimate, really just to get a plan in front of them, get a cost put together, but those will be taken into consideration once a design consultant is on board.
And we're in charge of what planting goes into the medians?
We are in charge. The Metro District will get a chance to review and approve prior to. That's also in the IGA, but yes, we are in charge of what we'll present to them.
Perfect, thank you.
Councilmember Barrington.
No questions, thank you.
Councilmember Hendricks.
No questions.
No further questions, and I would like to open it up to public comment. If there is any comment on this agenda item, please step forward to the microphone. Seeing none, I will close public comment and bring it back to council for final thoughts, comments, deliberation. Councilmember Hendricks.
Yeah, this IGA is a great example of a partnership between 2 entities and mutually beneficial infrastructure project. So I'm in favor of this.
Councilmember Barrington.
Yeah, I am too. I don't think I have any comments, but thank you.
All right, Councilmember Wilkes.
Yeah, I love the idea of working with, Stonegate Village Metropolitan District to make this happen, because as we know that those medians I don't think have been updated in 20 plus years. So I'm excited to see what you guys come up with.
Councilmember Franzen.
I'd agree with everybody else. That's where I'll leave it. I am in support.
Great. Councilmember Hefta.
Yeah, I just think that's a really good negotiated deal. Thank you.
All right, with no further comments, again, I'm supportive as well. I think it's, again, I can't add to my fellow council members' comments. With no further comments, happy to entertain a motion.
I move to approve ordinance number 9.382 on second reading.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion by Councilmember Hendricks, second by Councilmember Wilkes. Councilmember Hendricks?
Yes.
Councilmember Barrington?
Yes.
Councilmember Wilkes?
Aye.
Councilmember Dyack is a yes. Councilmember Franzen?
Yes.
Councilmember Hefta?
Yes.
We have a 6-0 yes vote. Thank you. Motion passes. The next item, Patrick, do you have one presentation? Okay, so
It's
I'll,
one.
I'll read both in. So the next item is Lincoln Avenue Jordan Road widening project. The first, ordinance number 1.639, first reading, a bill for an ordinance to approve the right-of-way purchase and sale agreement by and between First Bank and the town of Parker for a portion of Lot 2D, Stonegate filing number 2, Third Amendment for the Lincoln Avenue widening project. And the second ordinance is ordinance number 1.640, first reading. A bill for an ordinance is supposed to be first reading for both?
They should be second reading.
Okay, my apologies. Would you like me to reread then the first one? No?
That's okay. The ordinance number and the bill title are the most important. We can
Okay.
just note for the record
All
it's
right.
second reading.
Thank you. So the second one, ordinance number 1.640, second reading. A bill for an ordinance to approve the public sidewalk easement agreement by and between the University of Colorado Health and the town of Parker for a portion of Lot 2, Stonegate filing number 19 for the Lincoln Avenue widening project. Mr. Burke.
Thank you. And this is a continuation, basically, of the last presentation. And also happy to report this is the last easement and right-of-way acquisitions for this project. So the two that are presented tonight are the First Bank parcel, which is located in the southeast corner of Lincoln Avenue, Jordan Road, and the UC Health parcel, which is just to the east there, shown on the map. Short background again, in 2023, July, Town Council first approved the intent to acquire ordinance allowing staff to proceed with good faith negotiations with property owners for the needed right-of-way permanent easements and temporary construction easements. We started out with 25 property owners that we needed easements from, and with these two tonight, or three tonight, this is all 25. So the total costs for the easements presented tonight are $369,619. That funding has been appropriated in the Highway and Streets Capital Projects Fund. This ordinance is required to approve the right-of-way purchase and sale agreement and the sidewalk easement agreement, and the project cannot proceed without their approval. The next couple slides are just kind of a little more detail of where these easements and right-of-way are located. So this is the First Bank parcel, Lincoln Avenue. There's to the top of the page, Jordan Road's running north-south. We do have some right-of-way along Lincoln Avenue that we're acquiring. This is for the widening of the auxiliary lane there. Behind that, we have some permanent easement that's needed for the new widened sidewalk. And along Jordan Road, we're needing some temporary construction easement just to allow space for the contractor to get in and construct those widening improvements. So this is 1,925 square feet of deeded right-of-way. It'll be 3,003 square feet of permanent easement and 3,649 square feet of temporary construction easement. The total cost of these three are $319,119. Looking to the east, to the UC Health parcel, this is only a permanent easement along their frontage on Lincoln Avenue. This is to allow room for that widened sidewalk. This is 1,663 square feet, and the total cost of this permanent easement is $56,500. So staff recommends the town council approve these two ordinances, ordinance 1.639 and 1.640 on second reading. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much for the presentation. Councilmember Hendricks, questions?
No questions, thank you.
Councilmember Barrington?
No questions, thank you.
Councilmember Wilkes?
Can you go back to the one that has the auxiliary lane at the bank? Oh, yep, one more.
There we
Okay.
go.
Hang on, just wanted to look at something real quick. So is that one the permanent easement?
So the light blue kind of cyan color is the permanent easement. That is where the new sidewalk will be. The dark blue is where the actual roadway lane will be.
Okay. That was my question. Thank you.
Councilmember Franson?
No questions. Thank you.
Councilmember Hefta?
You had sidewalks on both of those, right?
Yes.
How was that like a connector sidewalk that didn't exist before, or trying to finish off that sidewalk?
So this sidewalk through this section does exist, but with the widening, the sidewalk is being moved further out, and it's also being widened. But there is currently sidewalk in both of these locations.
Thank you.
Patrick, this is the last few that you have to resolve before we go into construction?
This is the last two. We do currently have the construction project out for bid, with bid opening on February 6th.
Okay, and construction?
Construction, assuming we get good bids back on the 6th, we would be bringing that construction contract in March, and I would expect contractor on site probably late March, early April.
An estimated time of completion?
October 31st, 26.
Wow, that's pretty specific. Should we hold them to that? So with this being the last piece, I mean, is there going to be a celebration at the Burke household tonight? I mean, what do you do after this?
I feel like there should be.
Yeah, and I mean, tomorrow, do you call around to like Douglas County and say, hey, I'm on a roll. Can I help you with any acquisitions?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little concerned that you don't have anything to do tomorrow.
I'm sure we'll find something.
Okay, all right. With that, thank you very much. With that, public comment on this item, if there's anybody, please step up to the microphone. Seeing none, we will close public comment and bring it back to council for comments and deliberation. Council Member Hefta.
This is wonderful. Thank you for your hard work.
Councilmember Franson.
Well, I wasn't involved in all the history here. I understand there's a lot, and this necessary step, I'm absolutely in support.
Councilmember Wilkes.
Yeah, I think having that auxiliary lane there is going to be wonderful. We all know that intersection pretty well, so I'm excited for when everything is said and done. So thank you for all the work on it.
Councilmember Barrington.
I know this has been a long time coming, so I know you're going to be happy to close this chapter. Thank you. No further comments.
Councilmember Hendricks.
Yeah, Tom and team, this is like a continuation of a renaissance of Parker's infrastructure improvements. And I imagine you're quite happy, but now having these good faith negotiations and with easements and right of ways and whatnot is an important piece, and I'm in approval of this as well.
Yeah, no, the only thing I can add is appreciate everybody's efforts. Again, we're going through a pretty good capital spend here cycle to improve our roads, to create more safety, more access. It's all testament to teamwork. We're all working together to try to figure out how to make these improvements with the money that we have, and leverage that money with external funding, and sometimes we can find that. So, again, just a testament to the team here at the Town of Parker. Greatly appreciate your efforts, Patrick, Tom, and team. With that, happy to entertain a motion.
Do we need to can we do separate ones? Okay.
Yeah.
I move to approve ordinance number 1.639 on second reading.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Wilkes, second by Councilmember Barrington. Councilmember Hendricks?
Yes.
Councilmember Barrington?
Yes.
Councilmember Wilkes?
Aye.
Councilmember Dyak is a yes. Councilmember Franzen?
Yes.
Councilmember Hefta?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Thank you. I'm happy to entertain a motion on the second.
I move to approve ordinance number 1.640 on second reading.
Second.
Thank you. If a Councilmember Wilkes is a motion, Councilmember Franzen's a second. Councilmember Hendricks?
Yes.
Councilmember Barrington?
Yes.
Councilmember Wilkes?
Aye.
Councilmember Dyak is a yes. Councilmember Franzen?
Yes.
Councilmember Hefta?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Thank you. And with no further items before council, we will adjourn this meeting at 7:29. Thank you.